relationships. So today we're going to zero in and take a look at the aspect of our dating relationships. If you are here today and you're married or you're single again, we believe that this is the perfect message for everyone to hear, all of us. All of us can glean something from this message. So we're so glad that you're here. Our message today is entitled Mismatched. Mismatched. So when I first think of the term mismatched, in society's view of what mismatched might mean, what I think about, the first thing, is my husband and myself, our relationship, our marital relationship. That's what I think about, because by society's view and at first glance, it's as if we are totally mismatched for each other. Let me just give you an example of that. My husband is a sports fanatic. Anybody else out there a sports fanatic? Can I, sports fanatic? Well, he knows anything and everything there is to know about sports. He knows all the stats for all of the different sporting events. He knows all of that, sports. So here's me over here. I know zero. I know zilch. I don't know anything about sports. So it seems like we're mismatched, right? Then there's my husband over here, and he is extremely organized. Very organized. He crosses his T's and he dots his I's. Anybody out there organized? And then there's me over here, and I have what I call organized chaos. That's me. Woo! There's some of those out there. Way. Awesome. So let me tell you how organized my husband is. I knew he was organized. He has a place for everything, but I just didn't know how organized he was until I'm preparing for this message. And I asked him, I said, let's dial up our dating relationship. Let's start talking about that because I'm preparing for this message on dating relationships. And he said, hold on, I'll be right back. And he runs, and in less than a minute, he comes back and he's got this book. It's a little black book, and it's got 2006 on it. 2006. This was just last week. He grabs it and he opens it and he says, I can tell you where we went to lunch. It says lunch with Jeanne, lunch with Jeanne, lunch with Jeanne. So here's me over here. I don't even know what I ate for breakfast yesterday, let alone have a 2006 day planner. What is up with that? One of the funniest things and the last thing I'll share with you about how we are mismatched by society's view at first glance is that, get this, he, my husband, Terry, wears matching socks. He wears matching socks. Is there anybody out there that's crazy enough to admit that you wear matching socks? I don't really want to see a show of hands. Go ahead and get your outline out of your program. Matching socks. Who has time to look for matching socks? If I want matching socks, I know where to get them. I go to his drawer. Very nicely neated, folded, different color, coordinated. It's awesome. So by society's view, that's like mismatch. But we want to take a look at what God's view of being mismatched is. In your program, our opening verses, 2 Corinthians 6:14, do not be mismatched with unbelievers. This is what God says about being mismatched. See, God intends for us to seek relationships in which we are not mismatched. So today, you'll see on your outline, there's going to be a series of questions, and we're going to ask ourselves these questions so that we can more easily recognize whether the they in our lives are the right they, whether it's who God intends for us to be. In other words, if there's going to be a we in our life, a me, and somebody that I'm in relationship with, let's take a look at what God wants that we to be. Who is that? What does that look like to God? And trust me, this doesn't have anything to do with whether you wear matching socks or not.